Hello students. Now today we start our lesson number 12, Columbus Discovers America part first. Now first we read the lesson, so all of you have to listen it carefully. I start reading. In the 15th century, European seamen were trying to find a sea route to India. Portuguese ships tried sailing down the west coast of Africa with the hope of finding a sea route around that continent. Vasco da Gama succeeded in this plan in 1498. Earlier, a Genesee sailor named Christopher Columbus came up with a new idea. His plan was to sail west. If the earth was shaped like a ball, he argued, one could reach the eastern lands by sailing far enough west. Of course, no one had so far reached the east in this way, but he offered to undertake the voyage if someone would give him ships and men. The King of Portugal showed no interest in this plan. He did not think it would succeed. So Columbus went to the court of Spain. There he persuaded the King and Queen of Spain to give him ships. He was given 3 ships and asked to get them ready in the port of Palos. But when Columbus tried to collect the crew, he found that he could not persuade sailors to go with him. They were frightened of the idea of such a long voyage into a completely unknown sea. Though Columbus promised them rich rewards, not many came forward. In the end, he had to collect beggars and criminals from prisons and forced them to join the crew. On Friday, the 3rd of August 1492, Columbus set sail. His first destination was the Canary Islands. For the Europeans of that time, these islands were the westernmost point of the known world. Beyond them lay the great unknown ocean. No one had explored it or sailed very far out on it. In the minds of the common people, these seas were filled with all kinds of imaginary dangers. Some thought that the doorway to hell lay upon there. Others, again, thought that somewhere in these western seas the world came to an end. Some believed that in those waters there were huge sea snakes whose bite was deadly. On the way to the Canary Islands, one of the ships, the Pinta, lost her rudder. This was perhaps no accident but the work of some of the crew who did not want to take part in the voyage. Columbus had to stay some time at the Canary Islands for the ship's repair. The Pinta was fitted with a new rudder and then they set sail again. From now on, they were in completely unknown seas. They sailed on and on. There seemed to be no end to the seas. And as the days went by, the fears among the sailors grew. On the 8th day, they saw 2 birds flying over the sea. They gave them the hope that land was near. But this hope turned out to be false. Then, all of a sudden, they came upon a strange kind of sea. Its surface was thick with seaweed. This sea of seaweed, called the Sargasso Sea, covers an area 7 times the extent of France. Seeing it, the sailors were terrified. But when they saw that the ships cut their way through this seaweed easily, they took heart again. But soon something happened which caused even greater terror. The needle of the compass which should point north was now pointing northwest. When this was observed, the crew demanded that the ships should immediately turn back home. Columbus, however, would not agree. For him, to sail back now was unthinkable. It would mean the ruin of his life and fortune. He was determined to succeed and to go on to till end. The frightened crew did not know what to do. Some thought that the best plan would be to throw Columbus into the sea. Then they could go home. Columbus knew what was passing in the minds of his men. Every day he went among the crew and tried to encourage them and win their friendship by talking to them. One day he comforted them with soft words. Another day he described to them the great riches each of men would win when they reached India. Sometimes he warned them of the punishment given to sailors who rebelled against their captain at sea. In this way, from day to day, he drew them onwards, promising them that land would be seen very soon. And yet, though they sailed on and on, there was no sign of land. So here students, this is the reading of that lesson. So you have to try reading at your home.